evening, everybody. Welcome to Rounding the Bases podcast. I'm Coach Tom Coons along with Coach Chad Porter and Coach Zach Cart, coming to you this lovely August 18th evening. The heat's back in the South for another week, and I don't know how you guys are up in the North there a little bit, but we're 90 mid-90s today, going to be that way tomorrow. So, Zach, why don't you get us started tonight? Well, give us your outtake on the topic and let it go.
Yep. So first thing I'll start off with is tomorrow kids go back to school. I know a lot of places have already started back to school. It's an exciting time of the year, going into fall. Summer's wrapping up. Kind of sad for us baseball players, but we're going into fall. The one thing that has really come into play now for the state of West Virginia, and I know there's some other states that have already adopted it, but West Virginia has enabled NIL for student athletes. And there's a great amount of stipulations around the development and, getting paid and understanding what you can do and what you can't do. I'm sure that the athletic directors at all the schools and the administrators probably want to pull their hair out, but at the same time, they are giving an opportunity for student athletes as young as 15, 16 years old, probably even younger, to make money off of their name, image, and likeness. So I think this is a major game player for our area, and I know there's some other areas that have already adopted it, but at the same time, I see football being a big player in this. I see basketball probably being a big player in this. How does this impact baseball and softball? I don't know that, they're giving away a lot of free pizzas or anything like that to baseball and softball players. But at the same time, this is gonna walk into the conversation. I know at least in the Charleston area, which is a very baseball heavy area for the state of West Virginia, it's going to be a really big deal. So wanted to bring this one up tonight and get everyone's thoughts on it.
Well, here's my question with that. Does offering a 15 and 16-year-old student athlete in high school NIL money, guy or girl, whatever it may be, does that give them a more incentive if they are a draft pick out of high school to now lean towards professional sports versus looking at college at all, since they're already getting paid? What do you think? Chad, what do you think?
I have no words.
You're not a fan. I can see you're not a fan.
I think amateur athletics, it's not amateur anymore if you're getting paid. But anyway, I think this is just getting out of control. So, yeah. I just think it's out of control.
Are you the other aspect of that? Are you allowing companies and local businesses to cherry pick kids, and what does that do for team morale at that level?
I would say this, right? I this with no disrespect to any state that's done this, to the NCAA, anything like that. I really don't, because at some level, there's probably some merit to this. There's probably more than probably merit to it, but there's a lot of people in athletics for the wrong reasons, with agendas. They're going to be able to move their agenda, so to speak. I believe that. I don't have any proof of that. I don't have any people, but it just doesn't sit well with me, right? I'm just an old 46-year-old dirtbag ball player. Let's cut the eyewash out and play baseball. Jeez Louise.
Well, here's my
just, you know,
here's my question with this now, and Zach, maybe you know this a little better. If a kid is getting NIL, are they going to have the same options to transfer to a high school that's going to offer them more NIL or playing time, just as it would the college level? Or is the districting in high school more stringent, going to hold tight? And if a kid doesn't get what they want, they don't have a choice. They have to stay.
Yeah, I mean that's a great point. I mean, Tom, now we're dealing with underage individuals, so technically, you know, a binding agreement, a contract, has to be signed by an 18-year-old.
Correct.
So, do the parents have to be involved now? I mean, there's a lot of nuances to this, and I think primarily, I mean, West Virginia has you get a single transfer bogey for free before you have to prove residency or anything like that. And so, at least from my understanding, I think they're wanting to give the social media aspect a little bit more credit, as far as, if a student athlete has, let's say, 10, 20,000 followers, they can make a post for, X business and say, go shop here. Now, in regards to, can that exposure be higher for individuals in different areas? I mean, maybe so. I mean, you can't tell me that an individual will not receive more exposure in Charleston than he would in Van, West Virginia. It's just, it's a matter of population. So there's got to be some type of merit here, especially if these marketing budgets for a lot of these corporations are grossly, massive. And so now they say, hey, we've got a product that we want to market to a younger demographic. Let's go grab the most popular 16, 17-year-old on social media, throw money their way, and see what happens. Well, you tie that up with, well, I'm also alumni of, Capitol High School or wherever.
Right.
And so I think that's where things are going to get sticky, and they're going to have to learn how to, I think the SSAC might have their hands full, but I know that they're trying to be progressive and get in front of things before they, really come to fruition. So,
and I don't think West Virginia's the only case. I think I read that Georgia was on the cusp of doing it, and everything.
I think it's already in Florida. I mean, from what I understand, Florida's the Wild West down there. So,
and when do television rights come in? And all high school games are now televised because they get money for that. And Coach Porter, I mean, he's going to have to. He'll be a celebrity now because all of his baseball games will be televised up there.
Well, I mean even talking about televised games though, even coaches, last winter I was trying to catch a couple of Coach Porter's daughter's basketball games, and I mean, NFHS Network cost me $15-20 a month.
Right.
So
and didn't carry the game.
Right.
I made a whole account. My younger daughter had an event, and my older daughter had an event. And they were 2 hours apart, and we were dividing and conquering, as many parents do. And I was with my younger daughter, and the coach sent out a link, and I put it on there, and it wasn't there. So I watched it on YouTube.
Right.
It was on YouTube.
I just think a lot of these schools, and I'm saying college as well. But now high school, it's like jumping out of an airplane and then start feeling to see if you have a parachute on.
That'd be a good reason, right?
Yeah.
The administrators in these states, the associations, the governing body, there's got to be a good reason. I'd love to hear the rationale, but this is just one more layer of this chaos.
right.
Hey,
But
it's chaos.
what in turn it does do is make a company like ours 10 times more valuable at this point, because now what if you're one of these you got your 25-man roster for baseball and you are now 15 of the guys that aren't getting a penny. So does that mean the other 10 guys or girls are real good players, and even though you're a good player, you're not making any money? But how do you get noticed? Because obviously, I just don't know how it's going to work.
Yeah, and that's Tom. That's a great point, and I'll use an example. Probably 4 or 5 years ago, we had a player in our area, and I will knock on the company a little bit just because I feel like it was justified at the time. But we had Prep Baseball Report in the state of West Virginia, who they lasered in on a player, and that player was already committed. And so for me, if there's a company out there making money and they are promoting a player that's already been committed and not promoting the players that are not committed,
Right.
then they're not in it for the right reason, right? Then they're trying to game the system a little bit and get a little bit more traction. Whereas I think, our perspective is, hey, look, we want to get you in a right fit in the right spot. And
Right.
It's not just, once we get you in the right fit in the right spot, hey, our job's done, go kick butt and, rock and roll. We're going to focus on our next guy that we want to develop, right? Next guy or girl.
Right.
Sorry.
See, and I think too, if we were like that, our company was like that, we charge a heck of a lot more than we're charging right now.
Yep.
To make money, but we are doing the same as these big buck companies are, but we want the player's interest as our interest. We want to help kids succeed. We're not doing this to get rich. We're doing this to help people in these spots. And I think that makes a big thing. Now, are we free? No, we don't do anything. Our evaluations are free. Are we hard sell? Chad, can you answer this? We're not salespeople. I've never been a salesman. Chad's never been a salesman. Zach, you've never been a salesman. Are we business people? I got a business degree. Sure. I guess we're business people, but we're sports people. We're not looking to say, well, how many guys did you sign up for $3,000 this week? Or how many softball girls did you get placed in Division I? Well, you got to meet your quota. We don't have any of that. We want to help them as they come. And I think that's a plus. Do we get a bad knock sometimes for not charging enough? Sure we do. How good can they be if they don't charge a lot of money like everybody else? I've heard that before. And then they'll sign on with some other hire company, and guess what? The phone rings a month later. Can you help me? That's what it is. That's just the nature of the beast. You can have that flash website and do this and do that. And in the end, what did your $3,000, $4,000 get you? A flash website and this,
Yep, exactly. And in that same vein, though, think about this, though. Just because you're getting NIL money, that doesn't mean you're great at baseball. It doesn't mean you're great at softball.
That is correct.
The growth for a player between 15 and 17 and a half is massive. And that player can either be I've seen a dime a dozen great 15-year-old baseball player gets to 17, everybody else is caught up. Can't hack it. Can't stay with it. Can't stay with the process.
Well, that's what
So
I was going to relate to that. Just had the World Series softball, Little League softball. Tremendous pitchers. Tremendous.
Yep.
What if they've tapped out?
Yep.
What happens when everybody else catches up? You know, and that's what you got to have in the back of your mind. You know, you got to work, you got to have companies. And I tell kids that I talk to all the time, it's never too young to start with a company like ours,
right.
because it takes time to build it and do it right. You know, there's companies out there, they'll sign you up your senior year. Oh yeah, I can get you a scholarship. Boom. Well, show me. Because I know softball and baseball, and Coach Porter, what are they recruiting right now? They're not recruiting 26s and 27s right now.
Yeah.
Mostly 27s,
absolutely.
because their 26 list has been made.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot of things there. I can tell, Coach, I can tell you're such a fan of this NIL deal, because you're sitting there so quiet.
He's so pissed off with us right now, Tom. It's not even funny.
No,
he knows that we would have to bleep out 80% of what he's going to say.
I just don't like the athletic world we live in right now. I just think it's just Pandora's box, and it's just going and going and going. And at some point, all this is cyclical. At some point, it'll turn back around. I'm telling you, it will, because we're gonna learn from the mistakes and all that stuff. Just it's difficult to swallow, because you got to put yourself in my shoes. Like, I couldn't buy pizza for a kid, a recruiting visit.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have 15-year-olds potentially getting NIL money. And how can that be? But the NCAA still, like, the organization, I'm like, when are they going to start allowing, more games? And that's, a legitimate fall baseball for NCAA teams, where you can play 20 fall games. And, I know I'm switching subjects, but, like, come on. I get it, and more. Hey, and the kids that are benefiting from this, more power to them. Hey, look, great.
What's
for you?
What's going to happen when the NIL money that a 15 or 16-year-old is getting is more than the coach's teaching salary?
Yeah.
I mean, that opens up a whole nother thing that could go awry.
I think there's a lot that these sports organizations, whether it be a high school governing body or the NCAA or whatever, I think there's going to be a lot of things they learn and modify and that type of stuff.
I think you're right.
Yeah, you can't. You're just going to keep going on and on and on.
Like right now, in my opinion, the term student athlete is so watered down. It's you're either a student who's getting great grades, or you're an athlete that somebody wants, and they're telling you, hey, we can get you in with this.
Yeah.
What happened today with the student athlete in the NCAA, where you had to do well and you were a great athlete? What's wrong with having that? What are we going to create now? You don't play professional sports after college, so are we educating average doctors, average lawyers, you want an average doctor performing surgery on you, or do you want a good doctor, the best doctor?
Yeah, it's
just throwing that into the mix as well. I think it's if you get NIL, go for it. No doubt about
sure.
it. But I was always under the assumption if they're going to give it to you, you might as well go do it, but don't change who you are in the process.
It's a slippery slope. It's Pandora's box. I think the unknown is still there where this is going to go.
Right.
And we'll see what happens. At the end of the day, though, you still have to hit the ball, catch the ball, and throw the ball at a high level to be able to do something in this game. And at the end of the day, we're looking for guys that we can help that can do that a little bit. So that's all I'm saying. You still got to play the game. You still got to do it the right way. You still have to develop. You still have to do all that stuff. We can analytic the crap out of it on the baseball end, or we can throw NLI money on the other end and all that stuff. At the end of the day, it comes down to being a good ball player. And and if you're not, there's no amount of analytics or NIL money that's going to save you. So, ball players, touch with this. We want to help you. And that's just listen. That's just the brutal, honest truth of the matter. And we're creating a generation of athletes that are getting lost in all that. You still got to be a good ball player. Remember that. Sometimes we lose track of that. You still got to be a good ball player.
You still got to have the skills. You still got to have the effort. You still got to have the attitude. You got to really, 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 really want it.
Yep.
Well, Zach, you certainly had an interesting topic tonight. I mean, that was, I can tell Coach Porter's probably not going to speak to you now for about a week.
There's no way. That's impossible.
Hey, we'll be doing the Corey Gregory lunges tomorrow morning at 5:20 a.m. at Warren High School in Vincent, Ohio. Just shout out to Corey G.
That's right.
He'll have to pay each of his players $5 to do it, though.
No, we've got a pretty decent crew.
Good.
I'll say this once again. You still have to be a good baseball player.
Correct.
Just to the United States of America and anybody listening, you still have to be a good baseball player. You can have TrackMan, and you can have a business giving you money. You still have to be a good baseball player in this game to advance.
We
can help you.
Yes. You still lace them up the same way as everybody else.
And I guess maybe that's what really matters. So,
yeah. And you can contact any one of us three, and we will give you a free evaluation. And you fill it out, you contact us. That is not something we're going to give us. We will get back to you. We will give you a free evaluation. We will not hound you. If you want to work with us after that point, that's in your court. We are not hard sell salespeople who are going to hound you so you have to change your cell phone number. We don't do that. Don't do that at all.
So I want to tell you something. As a baseball coach, this world of you got to listen to this person and you got to listen to this person. And the flavor of the month baseball, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Right? I am very much a take no action type of person. Let our works show you
correct
what we're about. Let our resumes show you. We didn't get this from a book. We didn't get this from a self-help YouTube video, although those are good. We got this from experience, and we'll help you. We'll work really hard, old school, and help you get a place to play.
And I can honestly say you're looking at three people right here who have your best interest at heart as this process plays out, whether it's needing a workout, whether it's needing information on schools, whether it's needing information on hitting, fielding, metrics, whatever it is you're looking for, we have that for you. And we don't push anything else on you. But Zach, great subject tonight. I can't wait to see where this goes. I mean, I don't know. I want to see how the school district bookkeeper keeps track of all that.
I'm with Coach Porter. You still got to be a good ball player.
Still
Correct.
got to be a good ball player. Just like I told Coach Cart one day when we were discussing players. I said, he's a good ball player. Why doesn't he play good? Remember, at the end of the day, you got to be a good ball player,
Yep.
right? And help us. Contact us. Help you. You got to be a good ball player. Remember that. And good ball players play good. That too.
Let's end it right there. Great message. We'll see you next week. We'll get together on our time, but it's probably going to be around either Sunday or Monday, the same time. Good luck with the start of your school. Hope it all goes well, and hit the books hard, because nobody can take that away from you. You always have a degree if you work hard at that end. But we'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in.